Oh, sorry, Joss. What are you doing?
Yes, as long as we don't stop, I'm gonna stop moving stuff. So don't worry.
Okay.
Let's start.
Okay, we'll go ahead and start here.
Start over.
What is up, BVB Army? Welcome back to another episode of BVB Army Hearts to Hearts. I'm Nicole.
I'm Ruth.
And today we have Jinxx from Black Veil Brides and movie director Joss Refauvelet.
Refauvelet.
Yeah.
Good job.
Good
So
job
thank you.
pronouncing Jinx. Anyway, yeah, good. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. We appreciate you guys taking time out of your busy schedule to sit here and chat with us today. So we are going to go ahead and dive into the questions. And one of my first questions is actually for the both of you. And I did ask you both this question the previous time that I was in California with you both, but just in case for our viewers who may not have seen it yet, how did you two meet and what drew you both to this project?
That's your turn, Jinx, to tell the story.
Oh, it's my turn still? Oh, okay.
Hmm?
So yeah, me and Joss met through a dad's group, and this is how cool we are these days because we're both dads. So actually, yeah, our wives found each other on an app actually called what was it, Peanut?
Hmm.
Um, and so basically, yeah, Alice is like, oh, one of the wives on Peanut, her husband is a film director. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. So let's hang out, and then we ended up. I was like, well, we're gonna go to a birthday party, and it was his daughter's birthday party, and I think it was her 1 year birthday party.
Hmm.
So yeah, this is wow, yeah, 3 years ago now, and
So,
we met there, and yeah,
yeah, many things was just funny is because we have a kid who's like a few months apart,
yeah,
and our wives met, and our wife's names is Alice.
I
they're
remember
both named
that.
Alice.
I
Same
Yes,
remember
name.
yep,
that.
yep.
So it was
So
just funny.
straight
We're
off the
like, oh, I
bat,
guess
we already had something in common. We both
we
are
have to
married
become
to
friends now.
women named Alice. Yep.
Hmm.
And yeah, no, yeah, we met, we hit it off straight off the bat, and yeah, it just
So
like your
sweet.
film director, it's
Yeah,
just like we're both weird, and yep. So
absolutely.
yep.
Again, my question's for both of you. So, can you tell us what the Devil Vortex is all about?
This is for you, Joss. Yep.
That's my turn. That's my turn. Okay, okay. We'll
It's
just
your
make it
turn.
brief.
Your turn.
So, The Devil's Vortex is a horror movie anthology, and anthologies, an anthology for people who don't know about it, it's when you put short movies together, like 6 or 7 of them, and in between there is a host, and then the whole story become just one. So with the co-producer, I'm one of the co-producer. The other co-producer is Nelson Cooper. He lives in Ohio, and he has this beautiful house up there, and he does special effects makeup. All the blood and the gory stuff. He does it for uh, movies in Hollywood. And so, same, we became friends back in the days, and we decided to make short movies together. And we made 6 short movies. And in between, I met Jinx. I was like, Jinx, would you mind hosting the movie? To host it. And because the story we're making was pretty close to Jinx's house from when he was young, I just thought it was like it's a perfect fit. It's kind of a haunted house type. There's something happening in this house, and in Jinx's house when he was young, it was kind of the same thing. And so yeah, it happened. I was like, all right, let's work on this together. So it's a horror movie anthology. That was a very long answer.
Going off that answer then for you, Joss, The Devil's Vortex weaves together 6 short stories through a single haunted location. So, from a directing standpoint, how did you maintain a consistent tone while giving each story its own distinct feel?
But that was difficult. That was
Yeah.
very difficult
Yeah.
because at first the idea was not to make an anthology. At first, he was like, "Oh, let's make a couple of short movies together." And the more we were making, the more we were like, "What are we gonna do with those after? Just put them on YouTube randomly and have them lost in the middle of all of those wonderful videos on YouTube?" And the thing was, they were all shot in the same house. My friend Nelson, the co-director. And I was like, well, I think there's something here because all the short movie we shoot them in your house. So then we started to create a story about, well, why would this house would be weird? And then we learn about Ohio has like spiritual vortexes. And I was like, oh, I think we got something here. And because it took many years to shoot all of those short movies because of schedule and budget, then when we decided to make the anthologies, we had to correct some short movies to make them fit, because at first it was not the idea of having the house as the main character. So we had to correct some short movies, especially the first two we shot, and be like, we must include a scene at this location. So then he weaves, that was the word you used, he weaves them all together. So you have to do a tiny bit of rewriting many years later, call some actors back. The only issue we had is one of the actor, when we shot, was 12 years old. And 3 years later, we say, can you come back? The kid was like, he started to have a beard. He was like 2 feet taller. We're like, okay, it's not gonna work. So we had to find, alternative to it. But it was challenging, to make it all fit together, especially because of the 3 years.
But it worked.
And it worked.
It worked, yeah.
And one thing too is because whoever was not directing, the other one was producing. So it kind of stayed in the same vibe. I was directing, Nelson was producing, and if he was directing, same, I was handling the stuff. So that's why it was always the same crew. He always been the same cinematographer. So same, it helps to keep everything. But same, the cinematographer in 3 years learned so much, changed cameras. So yeah, it was interesting to see.
You can't tell you changed cameras though. Like it looks, very consistent.
It does, yes.
I think it really turned out well.
I'll tell him.
Yep. Okay.
The idea for this movie, because I know in the movie, Jinxx, you narrate about your childhood home growing up, the being haunted and everything and stuff. So was this something planned or did it just come to be?
No, so it wasn't planned where I was going to host this anthology. It was planned where me and Joss were going to make a film about my old house that I grew up in. Which we started working on in 2023, and Inhabitant, maybe and so we were starting to get funding for it. It didn't really come to fruition. It's still a work in progress. And meanwhile, like as Josh was saying, it's like, oh, I have this anthology of these 6 horror shorts that I've done or been working on. Would you like to host it? Kind of. Like to me, it's like I'm feeling like I'm being Robert Stack of Unsolved Mysteries, and I'm really dating myself here. But I grew up in the '80s, and that's what I grew up with, and that was the creepiest when I grew up. Right, so it was really cool, and I was like, that's actually a really good idea. I can kind of tie in my story with and intermingle with these stories, and it just kind of worked out really well. So it wasn't planned. It just kind of like it's like, oh wait, hold on, wait, we have this idea. This idea is on hold, and then let's get back to that. But then here we'll do this, and you can tie in your story, and yeah, it just worked out. So it wasn't planned. It's a happy accident.
Well, you did leave a big cliffhanger at the end, so who's to say?
Well, Jinxx, you're also very widely known for your role in Black Veil Brides. So what was it like stepping into the world of horror filmmaking? And did your experience as a musician influence your work on the film in any way?
Yeah, well, first of all, I've been trying to get into the film industry for a long time. It's I first got my foot in the door a little bit when we did Wretched and Divine in 2013, and we did Legion of the Black. And I don't know if anybody's seen that movie, but it was basically a short film that we did. We kind of pieced together some music videos from that album that we did, and Patrick Fogarty filmed those videos, and we pieced it together, made a short film, and kind of got my foot in the door with doing some like orchestral stuff and scoring. And it's just like I've always been a huge fan of horror films, like since I was a kid, and because I grew up in a haunted house too. So my first horror film that was like really came close to describing kind of to me like what I experienced was the Amityville Horror. And I got to work with John G. Jones, who worked on the Amityville Horror series after Jay Anson passed away, and kind of coming up with an idea for a movie and a book and all that. But anyway, just trying to get my foot in the door, and I just like that's always been kind of my dream is to make a movie about what I experienced when I was a kid, and it was so scary, and it's like there hasn't been a horror film that I think is as scary as what story I could tell, or what nightmares I still have to this day. Waking up screaming with my yeah. Anyway, long story short, um, yeah, the music thing, obviously, like getting into film composing is another thing. It's like I'm a huge fan of Danny Elfman. I love to do horror. This is aside from Black Veil Brides, I want to do film scoring as well. So it just kind of seemed like to coincide really well with let's make a horror film based on something that I experienced when I was a kid. It's just an art project, and that's where I met Joss, and we clicked, and he's like, "Oh, let's do it." And so, that's kind of how it happens. You meet somebody, and sometimes things click, and it's kind of like when I met the guys in Black Veil. I met Jake, I met Cece, I met Andy, and it's like, oh wait, we should be in a band together, and we could be really scary together. So, yeah, and here we are.
Yes, I love that.
And yeah, and for your audience, it's so Jinxx is hosting obviously the movie, but also he made the opening theme of the movie. So same, I was like, because then I actually didn't know he wanted to be more involved in the movie industry, and I was like, well, if you want, I already have a composer for the short movies, but what we're shooting with you, there's no music yet for this. So it's like, will you be down to make it? And it was the happiest. And I was like, great.
Easy, great. I'm here.
Wonderful.
Wait, so did you guys get together you guys work together on the music, or was that separate?
Separate.
Separate. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I can try to remember. I think you were working on something at first. You have a first inspiration, but I didn't hear anything. But then I sent you like, here's what the opening credit looks like. But at first I was like, write something if you want. But I didn't have any images because the opening credit you will see in the movie is like a lot of drone shots of Ojai. And we start with like from the downtown, and the further we go, the more further inland we're going, when you can see there's less and less civilization.
And there's like,
and
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny, you already have the plugin.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Let's go.
And then piano. Yeah. Anyway, I'm always composing, so I always have this.
Yeah. So that was the thing. And then so he had an idea. Then I sent him the footage of the drone footage with kind of like the opening and the name on it. He was like, scratch my first idea. I'm jumping on something else.
Yeah.
And he just jumped back in, and it was wonderful.
I kind of have like a thinking question. So does this film relate to any personal struggles or themes that you have dealt with, like identity, fear, or darkness that fans might relate to?
So I guess it's right.
I lost count. Personal... turn was it actually?
Yeah. So I cannot talk for Nelson. I cannot talk for Nelson Cooper. What was his inspiration on his movies? For mine, you will see, I mean, obviously people will watch it. My 3 short movies, one is a frat boy who is broke and tried to get his life back together, and he's going to have to do some drastic change in his life. Another one is a rich couple, and they're on electric chairs.
Oh, yeah.
And why? And my last one is those 4 ladies.
The DD, yeah.
The designated driver.
Oh, I like that.
I think
that was my favorite one. I think
that is my favorite. That I will have to agree with.
It's hard to. Yeah.
For me, it's more social commenting. It's more about social stuff that everybody does in the world, and some of them becomes kind of cliche. And I'm like, what is the deal with this? And so just this. Yeah, it's like, that frat boy who is broke. I think, for me, I think it's more like social stuff. But for Designated Driver, I remember I was joking a lot about people who get their excuses from astrology or from karma. And I was really pushing the buttons on this. It's like, they're horrible people. But every time it's like, well, I'm a Taurus. So what do you want me to do? And I thought on those social cliches, I was like, we can make horror movies out of that. Out of making them a weird pattern, and they will they would turn terrible people and kill each other.
And
So,
it's tongue in cheek, and you can laugh at it, and like, and I think a lot of people will get that humor. That's the thing that's like fun about it. I don't know. That's what I got out of it.
yeah,
It's
no,
like
exactly.
yep. I
At first,
totally know people like that. So
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
and yesterday, actually, now we've recording this. Yes, last night we did a screening in North Hollywood. So we had a cast and crew and friends and a bunch of few fans of Jinxx who showed up and watched the movie all together in a movie theater. And this is why also we make movies. It's not just you in front of your computer or TV watching it. And like, you might smile a bit or laugh a tiny bit at a scene, but when you're in a movie theater, there's someone who's just gonna laugh so hard because it's funny, and then it's gonna be communicating. And I
To
don't know.
hear that genuine reaction was really cool last night. I have to say,
Yeah,
I was like sitting there, and it was like, and I have friends like really close friends sitting around me. My mom was there, and just to like hear the reactions because none of these people had seen this before. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, we made something really cool. Like
and
people are
so
actually reacting to this the way that you yeah, like the way it should have been. Yeah.
exactly, and that's why you want to put it on a screen and have a big room with like 80, 100 people to just like
Yep.
go with it. And you made this for so many months and years that you're like, this is
Oh,
why
yeah.
we make it.
When you're in it, yeah, when you're in it, you're just like you're so like I don't know, is this good? You question yourself. Like that's what we do with music all the time with our albums, and like is this
Exactly.
actually good? And I don't know, we'll see what happens when people like what the reaction is, but
You work so much on it for so many hours and days that you don't even
yep,
see it anymore.
you
And
don't
then
even know.
finally see
Yeah,
it in the public and you have great reaction. It's wonderful. But so yeah, so for the designated driver, it's kind of cute and funny, and you're like, oh, they're ridiculous, those ladies. And then the first murder happened, and you hear people like, screaming in the theater. They were so surprised by it. And I was like, okay, my writing and directing worked. It's wonderful.
yes,
It worked even better than I thought it would. And I was just very happy. I was just very happy about the reaction of the audience. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good to get like that positive feedback and energy radiating in that room.
yeah.
Yeah, because exactly. You see, most of the people didn't know me, so it was, it's not like family or friends were like, haha, it was funny. No, it was like genuine. It's like, yeah, so it's fun. It's really cool.
Well, this question can go for both of you, actually. I'm kind of curious if you guys could sum up The Devil's Vortex in one sentence to a horror fan who's never heard or seen this movie, what would you guys say?
That's a tough one.
I am terrible at this. You have something, Jinx?
I'm terrible at this too. I was hoping you would start, but so
What's
Devil's Vortex in one word or one
One
sentence
sentence.
Yeah, one sentence.
Yeah, one sentence.
Okay, what did I put on IMDb?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we can go. We'll pull it up here.
Do it.
See.
There's a one-liner. There's a one-liner on IMDb.
I'm actually curious now.
Yeah, pull it up, Ruth.
What is the one? Yeah, pull it up. Just pull it up. See
okay.
what 'cause I couldn't have said it better. So let's see.
This chilling journey uncovers the mysterious spiritual vortex in Oaxaca, California. I mean, that sums it
Okay,
up.
Yeah, it's all right.
that's enough. That's
Good enough, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chat,
I mean,
ChatGPT failed me.
of course, that's what it was.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to describe it. It's okay. One thing I could say, it's horrific. Is English horrific? It's
Horrific.
horror. Yeah, it's horror, but it's not ultra gory slasher. It's not my thing. That's why what I write is about, social commenting who turns bad, and I'm not into, because I can't handle it. First of all, horror movies were too bloody and disgusting. I'm like, I'm the first one to be grossed out.
It's fun.
I make horror movies, but I don't watch them. That's the thing.
No, I'm saying I hate horror movies. To be honest, like everyone's like, oh, you must love horror films. I actually hate most horror films because they don't scare me or they don't fascinate me. And the reason why is because I experienced a true horror, whatever. Yeah,
That's
all right,
fair.
I'm jaded,
That's fair.
yeah, sure.
Can't
That
believe
I
it.
have nightmares about, but this one's really fun, and that's what I think I was telling people about. It's just come out and see this really fun horror anthology. It's fun because you're actually like going through a journey. It's like every story is different. And it's, yeah, like Josh was saying, it's not just like slasher, cheesy, whatever. It's just fun. Like yeah. And I think everyone that was sitting in the audience last night just enjoyed themselves. And that's what it should be all about anyway. It's like, it's entertainment. You know, like when we play a concert, it's entertainment.
Mhm.
Like you should be entertained. Like we're there to play a show for you. This is, you know,
Mhm.
so yeah, and that's all it was. And the writing, the acting, and I think everyone did such a good job. And it's so entertaining. It's fun, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's fun
I
and it's gory, and yeah.
I will say with this that you are right where most horror films, especially now in like nowadays, they're almost becoming I would say too obvious. You can pretty much tell what's going to happen and you can read right off the bat, but I feel like with the
Yes.
Devil's Vortex, you couldn't do that. Like you were left on the edge of your seat. You did not know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's one thing also why I'm not a big fan of those horror movies lately. Like you said, it's like, and this is gonna happen,
The
and
jump
she's gonna
scare.
fall. But when
Yep.
she falls, they
So
gotta deal with
predictable.
her, and da da da, and like,
Yeah. And then you got the jump scare, and then it's just like, oh, flying in the room, and whatever. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna like name names about the. You know, there's been some great films that come out, whatever, and I appreciate everyone who worked on them, and some people that I know and appreciate what they do. But it's just it doesn't scare me, you know, or doesn't entertain me. It's like I'm just kind of like bored through it. You know, it's like why would I sit through this movie? It's just boring.
sometimes it could be just a quick fix in the writing, but sometimes they feel too lazy. They're like,
Yeah.
it works. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure if we tweak this and add this line, then it works better. No, who cares? And that's why I'm not a big fan of, yeah, when it's the screenplay gets a tiny bit too lazy. Like
Yeah.
yesterday, I watched with my brother the shark movie taking place in Paris. That's why we watched it actually.
Oh,
And there's the sharks in Paris, and
Oh,
yeah,
that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just
That
saw
one.
that
I
one.
and a
just
lot of
watched it
people
on the tour
watched it.
bus. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people watched it and everything. But I'm like, there was a lot of things that could have been fun if you accept that a shark can go in the river. But then I was like, why this happen? And why do we? Okay, no, because the story has to move on. I'm like, okay,
Hey man, a
I
lot of
guess.
people worked on that movie and they did a really good job. Okay,
It
just
was
you know,
not bad,
yeah.
but there were some points where I'm just like, okay, they could have done it differently here and there and stuff. So,
Yeah, no, but the writing, you can have issue with your budget. You don't have the right actor. You don't have the right CGI. You don't have the thing, but the writing is in a way just your imagination. It's pen and paper pretty much. So it's like, why did you get lazy on like you can just erase this line and tweak it and it works better. So that's it. When you know you have a budget problem or I don't know, something visual and it's an issue, sure. But when it's just based on the writing, I'm like, come on, man. Push a tiny bit more.
so we do have a couple of like questions that are obviously side questions not related to the Devil Vortex and stuff. If
Yeah.
we can go for it. So, Jinx, I have a personal question for you. It's a two-part question. So,
Uh-oh. Okay. Yep. Go for it.
for most fans who are watching this or know from the BVB Army, you have epilepsy, and I know you
Yes.
shared your story about that. How has living with epilepsy changed your outlook on live music or mental health?
No, that's a really good question. So for the longest time, I was really depressed about it, and um, so depressed that like it's hard to describe like how you feel like man, you know, like where I just didn't want to keep going, and it's like I know, and a lot of fans share this thing, like they have some stigma or something that they're dealing with. So, and I'm not alone. I'm just, this is just the thing that I had to deal with. But yeah, I got really, really depressed about it. And I was just like, I have to just deal with it and own it. And I think it was when I finally like came out publicly about it and was able to share my story and actually got people that responded, and it's so much support came back, because it's something that I for the longest time I was embarrassed about. I'm embarrassed about it, and even to my own wife, like I was just embarrassed about, oh, I'm having an episode, it's like this thing that's wrong with me, and people think I'm like, oh, I'm drunk or whatever. I'm like, and then that's not the case, I have this thing that's wrong with me, and I can't. My brain is overactive, and Anyway, long story short, I realized that using it to my advantage, I know that my brain is overactive, and in some respects, it's helped me a lot. Like with music, I think differently about writing music than some people do. Sometimes it's a detriment. Sometimes it's, but it helps. It makes it unique, the music that we write. So for instance, like me and Jake will write a piece of music, and he'll send me an idea, and it's like, oh, what do you think about this? And my brain just kind of works on a different plane than maybe his does, or than anyone else. And so, it's just like I use that to my advantage. And I think that support, oh my God, tremendous support I've got from fans since I came out about it. It's just helped me look at it in a positive light. And I just, I don't know. It's like I feel like I'm in my element right now, right? I'm in my house, I'm in my studio. I can just write music. I can sit here and just play something, and I feel so confident. And it's that confidence that I didn't have before. There was like the first 10 years of BVB where I wasn't confident because I'm like, I have this thing where, yeah, I feel different from everybody. But anyway, yeah, sorry, I can go off. Like,
You're good. And I guess
yeah,
to wrap it up, it's like, what is one thing you wish people would understood about living with epilepsy? Because I have my thing. I'm also diagnosed with epilepsy too. So
yeah, but we all have our things, and that's what I want people to understand. It doesn't, whether it's epilepsy or whatever you're, don't call it a stigma, because it's not a stigma. It's just like what makes us unique. And I'm actually very like I'm very proud of who I am. And yeah, I don't look at it as a stigma. It's just like I wouldn't be here where I am today if I'd not have this thing, right? Because I wouldn't come up with the music that I come up with. It comes out from this place that's in a part of my brain that most people don't utilize. So I'm very, and so everyone has their thing, and that's like you just gotta use it to your advantage, whatever it is. And we're all different. We're all wired different, and that's what's cool. That's what makes us all so cool, and that's what I love about this. The BBB Army, like we've created this community where we can be like, all right, you've got this about you, and I've got this about me, or whatever, and we just use it, whatever it is that makes you different, use it. And I was bullied for being different, and I know, and the sentiment's the same from fans that and that's why we write the music that we do, and we have the message that we have. And anyway, yeah, just use it to your advantage. And yeah.
So, okay, I can't last. Speaking of music, we had to sneak in at least two questions for you. For BBB Army, for anyone that doesn't know, Black Veil Brides did release a new single called Hallelujah, and there is a music video with it. So, one of my questions to you, Jinx, the new single obviously pushes into heavier territory, and the
Yes.
music video feels like we're watching a graphic novel unfold.
Hmm.
And despite all that, it still sounds 100% like Black Veil Brides at its core. So my question is, what do you think it is about your style or process that keeps that identity strong even when the band is evolving creatively?
Well, it's just like no matter what we're gonna do, whether we cover a song by some other artist or whatever, it's going to sound like Black Veil Brides. So you're going to have Andy singing on it. You're going to have Jake doing his incredible solos. It's like my favorite guitar player on the planet. Cece, incredible drummer. It's like my God, how can he make his feet like go that fast? Anyway, I'm so lucky to be in the band that I'm in. I'm so lucky, and I think every day like how fortunate I am to be in this band. I not only are these guys my best friends, but and my family, my brothers, but the music that we write together, and it's like that. So it doesn't matter like, yeah, it doesn't matter like how much we grow as people or as songwriters or whatever. It's always going to sound like us because it's genuine. Like we're always going to have that sound. We're always going to have that. Jake's going to have his solo that sounds like a Jake solo. Cece's going to have like there's no other drummer that like plays like CC. And then I've got my elements I contribute. We all have something we bring to the table, right? And there's unique experiences that we all shared together growing up together for the last 15 years that nobody else can say that they have those shared experiences. So when we write music, I mean, it does, it doesn't, yeah, everything's going to sound different as we progress and as we grow and as we, feel like we're becoming better songwriters or whatever, or writing about new stuff or different stuff, but it's always going to sound like Black Veil, no matter what. I feel like, and okay, so during the pandemic, and a lot of people don't know this, so I was tasked with like, oh, we should do a Black Veil cover, and let's just pick from like 12 different covers of it. It's just like have. So I was tasked with demoing out like what would Black Veil sound like if we covered this song. And there's like 12 of those I did, or maybe 20. I don't know. I was just like, we were bored. It was the pandemic, and so I would start demoing it out and then send it around to everybody. I got Andy to come in and sing. It's just like oh man, I wish people could hear some of this stuff. But no, actually, probably glad that most people aren't hearing some of it. But it's just like no matter what we do, what it's always going to sound like Black Veil Brides. It's always going to there's Andy's vocals, there's Jake's elements, there's my elements, there's Cece's elements, and we always bring something to the table, and that's what makes us special. When I found these guys 15 years ago, it's like I knew there was something there, and yeah, we were going to do something big. So anyway, sorry, going off on a tangent.
No, that's great. And like, how does Hallelujah, your new song, tie into the overall sound or message of the upcoming BVB era that you guys are going into?
Ooh, just you guys wait.
Come on. I want to know the title of the new album. Like, the fans have thrown out so many theories and hints. Like, I thought it was the first Outcast. That was busted. But
okay.
But hold on. When is it out?
Oh,
the release date?
I don't know.
Tell us
I don't know. 10 years from now. I don't know. I can't say anything, guys. You know that. But the one thing I will say is, holy shit. Just holy shit. Yeah, this is like it's heavy as so I'll give you that. But then there's things too that like I probably shouldn't say this, but there will be new overture. And some orchestral stuff on the new album. But yeah, we pull out all the stops, and there's some surprises there that I'm so curious to see the fans' reactions, because it's like, what the yeah, and it's the best thing I've ever heard. I just like, and we're not done yet. We're not done yet. So it's like we finish this album, and then we keep writing more stuff. And then Jake sends me this idea, and I'm just like, what the dude, this is brilliant. Anyway, okay, well, I guess we have a whole new record we're gonna do after this one. So anyway, this one's coming out, and then there's gonna be another one after that. So just wait, guys.
I can't wait though. That's the issue. Like, as soon as I heard Hallelujah, I'm like, this must be injected into my veins at all times.
I was gonna say, did you like it? Okay.
Yes, I loved it. I
cool.
love all the lyrics and stuff, and obviously the music video with the graphic novel of the fallen angel himself. I mean, I grew up in Sunday school, so I was always fascinated with the Book of Genesis and the creation of the earth and stuff, and Adam and Eve.
Sure.
Everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have been teased for weeks and months now, because every time I go see Jinxx at his house and in the studio, because we have to record something or talk about something, he's like, okay, listen to this. And then he gives me like a small sample, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure Nicole will kill to hear that. Whatever you gave me that little sample. So, but yeah.
So, Joss, did you hear their full song Hallelujah?
Oh yeah, I listened. Yeah, when it got released.
So, what are your thoughts?
I listened to it. I watched the music video. I was very surprised with the music video. I was not expecting some type of CGI animation.
Yeah.
But I love the graphics of it. Like, the colors, like white, black, and red. Loved it. I love the artistic vision of it. And I was like, okay, there's a guitar solo here. Is it Jinxx? For me, BVB is new, and stuff. So I'm like still trying to learn about it. And I was
No, just
like,
wait till you see the song live. It's insane.
that's
Okay,
exactly what I was
Get to
thinking about.
play it
yeah,
at
Seeing
Warped
you on stage
Tour.
we're going to
performing.
debut it. The first time we're going to play it live is at Warped Tour on the 26th in Long Beach.
That's coming
And
up.
yeah, it's coming up. And no, so it's a Jake solo. It's like, oh my God. So me and him going back to back and dueling the solo. It's like holy. And we all had to do our homework, like rehearsing this before we went into the rehearsal studio and practice it all together. Like this is seriously the most difficult song we've ever had to like, and that solo is like, yeah. I mean, I can't wait to play it live, and it's almost comical how crazy, just crazy good it is. Anyway, yeah.
Oh, we can't wait to hear it live. We won't be at
Yeah.
Warped Tour, but now we wish we were.
Yeah, I wish you were there too.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
So bringing it back to the Devil's Vortex, though, where we discussed it a little bit about the screening last night, we just wanted to ask you guys how that just the entire night went in general.
Well, but the thing is, what's cool, it's because some of them I've worked with. So it was for cast, crew, family, and then we had few seats left. So we opened it to few fans of Black Veil Bride, the one where in Los Angeles, were like close by, they were invited. So to me, because I worked with some of those actors over 3 years ago, and we've been chitty-chatting here and there on Instagram, stuff like that, but we haven't seen each other live since 3 years. So it was great to see each other again, and it's always like, okay, let's work again together. It's been 3 years, but so it's always good to hang out with some people who gave their time, and talent to be in your movie. Everybody got paid, but still not, a Hollywood budget, but they still got generous to go on set and give their best, to be like close to the material. So, and then seeing them coming over for the screening, I don't know, it's just wonderful. For me, that's more than plenty, and again, like we said, have the reaction of the audience. So for me, it went very well. And then we did a little after party. We did a pre-party, the screening, and an after party. And then I don't know what happened. I was home. I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah, I know. I lost touch with you after so long, and then I was like, it's 3:30 a.m. I'm like, holy shit. This is like the latest I've ever been out in the last 10 years. Yeah. I don't know. I'm so
Same.
old.
I turned. I was like, okay, where is Jinxx? I'm gonna say bye. And they turned on the light of the bar, and he was gone. I was like, well, what happened? What time is it? What day is it?
No.
It was too fun. We had too much fun. We had too much fun. We
had fun. Yeah.
So yeah.
No, it was so great to see the people that came out. My mom was there, and it was great. And I think, well, she'd watched the film, but there were actually like some friends of mine that were sitting near me that actually hadn't seen it at all, which was great. I was like, okay, I want to have the reaction, and it's like, oh, you haven't actually watched it yet. Okay, perfect. All right, you're gonna see it on the big screen, and just to see like the reactions that it was like, okay, this is exactly what this was supposed to do. And like I say, when you're in it, when you're making a film, or like you're part of the production or whatever, like you just don't really know, like, are people gonna like this, or is it kind of like my acting, for instance. Like, I'm just like, oh God, are people gonna like this? So bad. But anyway,
yeah, because for Jinxx it was just a 1-day shoot. It was a full day.
It was a 1-day shoot. Yeah. Yep.
1-day shoot. It was a dragging project for 3 years, different crew, different cast. Sorry, pretty much the same crew, but different cast and everything. And then Jinxx was like, okay, Jinxx, you're the last day.
It was just a last minute, like, all right, let's do this, go. Yep.
No pressure, man. Action.
Yep. and I'm not an actor, so but it worked. So
yeah.
People
I showed him the short movies before, we tried to talk about it, and and mixing with his own story. It was great. I just wanted to add a little point about what I was saying before about the lazy writing. I don't want to be too condescending about the lazy writing, but I wanted to compare it to when BVB write a song. It's like you can write a song and be like, that's good enough. Well, no, when you really love what you do and you craft, you'll be like, is it good enough? So that's pretty much what you say. You exchange with your other band members, like, hey, what you think? You want to change this? Should I add a cello? Nah, maybe not a cello. Let's put a violin. You know what I mean? It's like, you can always make it better but then you have a deadline and you still have to
Right.
deliver what you're making. It's just
and eventually you have to sign off on it. You're just like, okay, this is it. This is the final product, and you're like, fuck, is it good enough? And
Yeah.
that's hard. That's the hardest part about making art, because like once you sign off on it, it's like, this is it. This is my signature on the world. And
Yeah.
And maybe I don't know if you do that actually, but maybe sometimes do you tweak it sometimes after on tour? You'll be like,
oh
like,
yeah,
see, like even
there's
after
the live
because you
versions, and you're like,
can,
oh,
because you
I
can
wish I
tweak
would have
it.
played this differently. And yeah, of course. Yeah.
See, it's never ending, but at some point you have to deliver, and you're like, this is the best job that I can give on the time I have.
Mhm.
That's it. I gave my best. I gave everything. And sure, 6 months later, you learn something else, or I don't know, you discover a new instrument. You're like, I wish I knew, and I would have put it in it. But yeah.
So we're always trying to better ourselves with writing music too. It's like we're better songwriters, or we're just growing as people, just as growing as a film director, or things you learn as you grow, and
Do your best all the time.
Yep.
Mhm.
And that's just it. Do the best you can all the time.
Wonderful. I mean, we're so happy to hear that it was a wonderful screening for the both of you. And also, The Devil's Vortex is officially streaming on Tubi now, correct?
Absolutely. Everybody can go watch it.
Awesome. Streaming on Tubi and available to rent or buy on
Amazon Prime. Yes.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime. There's a bunch of locations. It's coming up on Apple TV also soon.
Okay.
You'll say keep in touch, and you see those. Gonna go on a few streaming platforms.
BVB Army, you heard it here. Check it out on Tubi, Amazon Prime, soon to be Apple TV.
This is our signature question anytime we have guests. Really think on it, okay? Really, we've asked Jinxx, we've asked Andy, we've asked Cece, we have asked no, we haven't asked Lonnie yet. No,
we haven't asked Lonnie yet, unfortunately.
No, this question, and it's a really thinker. So here's the question for both of you. So really think on this.
Okay.
If you could have any liquids coming out of each of your fingers, so that is 5 liquids, and you can control them, what liquids would they be? And they can be emphasize any liquids.
Well, but why? Hold on. This is a real thinker, but like, is it? Like, why? Why liquids out of your... Hold on. Okay, Josh, you go first. You got this.
Okay, 3 so far.
Okay.
Of course you do. Yep.
I have rum, Diet Coke, WD-40. Because you never know. You always need WD-40. And they say whatever liquid. I'm like, dude, you never know. WD-40, you use it everywhere all the time.
Just say whatever liquids, so to be fair.
You never know when you might need it.
Is that the whole premise of the question, though? Is like, you never know when you might need it? Like why? Why do you want these fluids coming out of your fingers?
So, for example, I can give you mine. So when we got this, everyone always answers water because it's always like a go-to one.
You always need water, yeah.
I put coffee, cranberry juice.
Okay, gotcha. That makes
gasoline for the car because gasoline is a liquid.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
And then Andy did condiments, so I mean.
Yeah.
As he would, yep. Okay. Josh, continue. Finish yours, and then I've got. I'm now okay. I now understand. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, go ahead.
Rum, Diet Coke, WD-40, Liquid Gold.
Nice.
And water. Sure,
water.
Okay. It's a staple.
I was gonna say, wait, did you say wine? I missed it. No, come on, you're French.
The water and the wine, they can they switch back and forth.
Okay.
Okay, you turn, Jinxx.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No. So let's see. Well, okay. Coleman's mustard. If for those who don't know, Coleman's mustard is like the most amazing thing ever. Anyway, Dave's Insanity's ghost pepper sauce.
Oh.
Yep. And water. Yeah, I guess water.
Turn the water and wine.
Yep. La Croix. Let's see. La Croix, the hibiscus La Croix.
Okay.
Yeah, I sound all like La Croix. Let's see. What is that for? That's 4. That's 4.
Yeah.
Okay. So I got one more. Oh God, what is it? Can't think. Okay, hold on. Well, my guilty pleasure sometimes is just like a Coca-Cola that's made with cane sugar. So
Okay.
There we
Yeah.
go.
which anyway, but
There's 2 sauces, so you have 2 sauces. Are you hungry right now, Jinxx?
I actually am. Yes.
Beautiful answers, you guys. Thank you
Always
so
love hearing
much.
the answers.
I had to think about that. It was
It is a
I'm
big
still thinking about it. Yeah.
He's gonna shoot you an email tomorrow.
honey
Like,
mustard.
wait a minute, I changed my mind. Yeah, no, Coleman's mustard. Okay, specific.
Coleman's mustard.
Yes, it's from England. It's the English mustard. It's really spicy.
Ooh.
It's amazing. It's like wasabi mustard. It's so good. It's how the hell did the English come up with this? It's amazing. Okay, like I have seriously a cupboard full of Coleman's mustards. So yeah.
Well, just thank you guys so much once again. We truly do appreciate you taking the time. And BVB Army, in the description down below, we are going to have the links to go ahead and give them a follow on their social platforms. And we're also going to be putting the links down for the Devil's Vortex. Once again, check it out on TUBI and on Amazon Prime. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week, BVB Army.
Bye, guys.
Thank you guys. Good to see you.